Welcome to another full gym tour with Muscle Phonktion. This is going to be of Gold's Gym in Glen Burnie. So let's get started. So when you walk right in, they got one main entrance, which makes it easy. Staff is real friendly. I'm there during the day a lot of the time, early in the morning. But when you walk in, they got their drinks. They got typical ones like the pre-workouts, energy drinks. They have a nice clothes selection, their brand, and also Modifier and Vay. And they got, of course, protein drinks. It's over in this refrigerator over there. And they also got some of these organic supplements that are actually from a local business, and those ready-made meals. So they have two stand-ups. They're a little difficult to get into, but at least they got, some tanning. So kids club, nice and big. Not going to film it because there's kids in there. So this front desk that you see right here is for Compel Fitness. That's actually the in-house personal trainers. And they have a pretty nice desk here. So we walk in the lobby. You'll see right here, I'm going to take you to where there's the massage chair. So you go underneath the stairs in this little hidden area, and it's dark in here. You can turn on the TV if you want, and I think you can turn on the light in there. I can't remember or not. I try to use my phone to show you guys, but two of those waterbed massage chairs, they're nice. And if you're the high tier membership, you get those. So as soon as you walk in, you see the cardio machines right there in front of you, and they definitely have a good selection here. So different types of treadmills, bunch of step mills, and I will say that at this Gold's, the cardio machines, most of them are working most of the time. So I just wanted to show you guys a couple of the rows so you can see they have recumbent bikes and God, what are these things called? I can't even remember. Ellipticals. Jesus, I never use them. All right, so this gym is really one big open facility other than for the upstairs. And everything's pretty laid out, opening in rows. So when you first come in, you see here, this is pretty much the machine of everything, like a circuit. So you can do, whatever it is, from shoulders, chest, back, biceps, triceps. And so there's a lot of machines here, a lot of multiples, which is nice. So if you can't get on one preacher curl, there's another one. Now they're all different. This is one of those gyms where they get whatever equipment they can, which has its pros and has its cons. Some people love it, some people hate it. I don't know. I think it all depends on the gym and what they buy and they select. So this gym has a lot of the kind of old school machines, and a lot of those are actually engineered and designed really well. In some ways almost better than some of the new things. The only problem is they're kind of worn down. So you can see as I'm walking through, and by the way, if you like that I do these tours with a gimbal instead of doing where it's like the stationary panoramics, I'm not going to do both. Let me know, comment, I would appreciate it. So anyways, when you walk in, you can see how it's open, and even though things in rows, there's a lot of room to move around. And they got the boxing equipment. I'm getting a text. They're getting the boxing equipment. All right, now I'm going to move on to the leg area. So tons of calf machines. You can see on my left and here off to the right. They have that shark squat. They have, a vertical. They got hack squats, and I can't remember all the names of these right now. I use a lot of equipment, but I can't remember the names. But yeah, the equipment here is it's old, some of it, and some of it seems like it's on its last limb. But most of the equipment here is working most of the time, which is I'll just say this, since there's so much choice here, it's great, but it's not when things are broken, because then you don't have the choice and it's just a bunch of broken machines. So as I'm walking around, you can see the leg area is pretty big, which here at this gym in Glen Burnie, that's really nice. And they got a lot of the college squat racks or power racks, whatever you want to call those. Even got some more over here. So as we come down to this other side over here, you got your easy bars and straight bars. And unfortunately, this gym As long as I've been a member and gone to this, it's always been a gym where management isn't there or doesn't really care. And unfortunately, that's how it is with all the members too. So a lot of times, shit's all over the place. What, you know, you make do with what you got. And I'm sure if you're watching this, you know some gyms, the culture is everyone puts stuff away. They don't need to be told. And then there's other gyms where it's like this, where it's just, you know, chaos. So this is their outside area. And anytime I do these tours, you know, I do them at pretty much early in the morning. But if any other person were to come in and ask for a tour, this is how things are going to be, unfortunately. And this outside area is awesome. It's big. There's, you know, tons of these weatherized machines out here. But unfortunately, they do bring some equipment out here that shouldn't be out here. It stays out here at Rust, and nobody puts stuff back out here. It's literally just thrown all over the place. They do have one of those dunk baths, which is nice. I don't know if I've actually ever seen it working at this one. I know at the Crofton location I've seen a few, but so they have dumbbells that go all the way up to 175s, which is nice if you're even one of those people that can even lift one of those. And the dumbbells, it's a hit or miss. Sometimes they're put away, sometimes they're not. That's how I'll say it is with this gym. Half of the time stuff's put away, half of the time it's all over the place. So unfortunately, you know, when that happens, it just not most of the time things are going to be all over the place. So as I'm going back on the other side, you can see there's some more like power squats, and then there's hamstrings, some quad extensions. And as I'm coming back around, you can see the calf machines. They got donkey, they got vertical seated, standing, all that stuff. And I do like how big and open this gym is, and that they haven't tried to just compact and fill it with as much equipment as possible. There's still some space, and it's somewhat arranged by muscle groups. I mean, you have your leg stuff in one area. The machines I first went by the cardio machines, kind of like a circuit area. But you can see here, this is like the shoulders. All right, so we got our delt raises, shoulder presses, seated delt side raises, and then other variations of those. You have like the power, whatever those are, to help you with your power curves. Yeah, and then now we get onto the like back area. So you see all the back machines. And I do like how they have like lots of choices and variations. So when things are working, this gym is great. It does have a lot of stuff. It's kind of like Exile. Now it's not the same as Exile, but it does have, I would say, like a lot of choices, variations, and it's just one of those things where even though it's the same movement, some machines just feel better. The cable apparatuses, they're there in the middle, which you saw. There's 4, so two actually, but there's some upstairs too. We'll see. As I'm going through here, you can see this is the chest. You got your incline chest, flat chest, decline chest, and then over here we got our like chest machines. We got our converging. I can't remember that one's called Power something. But yeah, so you got Dynabody, flat press, incline, decline. I can't remember all of them. And you know what? It doesn't really matter. You don't need to remember all the, names of the machines. There's so many, it's like cars. Okay. They have a lot of attachments at this gym. I'll say that they have lots of attachments. Trying to locate them is a little difficult sometimes, but I mean, they definitely have a lot. And as of lately, all the machines and things have been, working. Like nothing's really broken. A few things here and there, but it is what it is. All right, so the powerlifting area. Another thing about this gym, there's a lot of natural light with all these garage doors and bay doors. And the air conditioning and heating in this gym works really nice. It's new. But yeah, you can see the powerlifting area. They got a lot of the powerlifting, what do they call those things? Jesus Christ, I can't remember the name of this shit. The decks or the platforms. There you go, platforms. And then you have those other things like the front load or that front deep press, the thing where you see like powerlifters, that thing right there, thing off to the front, right, left, there, that thing. Yeah, anyways, I don't know what that thing's called, but that's powerlifters do. So here they have this. There's a lot of room in this gym, and some of the gyms like this for some people are just gold because there's so much space. You can always find space to do something. Finding the equipment's a little more difficult, but there's tons of space. So they're having classes, or you're doing whatever type of training, or you want to film, you know, tons of space, even when it's packed. And they have some, they have like youth training here, and they do stuff for like football and stuff. So they have some of those push sleds for football and stuff. But you can see as I'm walking, you know, natural light is great, like I said. And there's so much of this tread, or turf, should I say, that there's just tons of room. So if you want to do sprints or lunges or whatever there is and film, some gyms that's kind of hard to do, and you got to be on the lookout. And like, say you do strongman or any of that kind of stuff, and you do farmers carries or any of that heavy stuff, you do need like people to get out of your way because, you know, you're moving all this heavy weight real quick. But yeah, and I do love how open and big this gym is. Unfortunately, that's sort of one of the things that somewhat worked against it, is that since it is, and I think it's with a lot of gyms, not all of them, but with a big gym, or the bigger your gym gets, there's more area you have to watch and harder to keep track of things, and so things kind of just drift. Those dumbbells right there have those little circle weights on the side. You can put them on, they're like magnets. I've never actually seen anybody use them, but it's a cool little nifty thing to do if you want to add some extra weight onto whatever dumbbells you're using. And there's a lot of training methods you can use where you put more weight on one side than the other, but you know, anyways. But I just want to show you guys so you can see all this stuff. And even here on the turf, which I don't like and I don't think is a good idea, but as big as this gym is, you can see they even have some equipment on the turf. And they got like the pull-up bars there, so say if you're in the calisthenics, and it's calisthenics, not aesthetics, by the way. Yeah, so, and as I'm doing this tour, I learned something today from one of the managers at the Bowie location, is that, okay, so when you see me walking up these stairs, there's stairs at the front of the gym, and then there's these other stairs. And you can see, you know, big, open. That's probably one of the greatest things about this gym, is how big and open it is. But anyways, you got to go up these 2 flights of stairs, or 2 flights of other, and that's the only way to get to the bathrooms. The bathrooms upstairs. All right, so this is the ladies' gym, or the women's area, or those that identify as, or whatever. But it's good. It's substantial. They got mirrors. It's clean, and they have actual machines and stuff like that in here. I feel for the girls or the women. They voiced it to me, and when I used to manage, and they said that like there's all this equipment, but in the women's area there's crap or like old equipment. Or also up here they even have more cardio machines, and they have like the recumbent bikes or espresso bikes. You know, if you like those, it's where the little bikes you can sit down on and have screens. So this is like the glute area. There's all the glute bridges you can see there, and they just fixed that one. The Better Bodies one, which is nice. But there's a lot of different glute kickbacks, and some of these older school machines, they're just superior when it comes to some of that certain movements or whatever. But yeah, so they got a posing room here. The posing room, they do their best with keeping all the mirrors, you know, but people are goofballs and work out in there and break them. But it's got the angled mirrors, so you can see from a little bit above you. The lights, this time I could only turn them on and off, but usually you can adjust the strength of them or whatever. So this upstairs area they've redone. So this used to kind of just be like this area where there's nothing here, just crap. But they opened it up, they put mirrors there, and they added these dumbbells. And those dumbbells with the pads right there are really unique. I've only seen them at this gym. And you see you're upstairs, and upstairs it's the same thing. It's like a circuit like all equipment, meaning like, you know, chest, back, shoulders, arms, and stuff. But there's a lot of ab stuff up here. So if you want to do your ab or core work, and even up here is more cable machines, and also it's just more space. You know, so say you don't want to go downstairs or you don't want to be around other people, because I always forget to come upstairs. But from up here you can see that it's, you know, you walk right in, and you got, boom, cardio machines, you got your turf area, you got your circuit area, you got your cables, and then you got all your weightlifting equipment and more stuff upstairs. TVs are working, which is great, because for a while they were down. So they're definitely making improvements here at Gold's Gym in Glen Burnie. So I really appreciate it. And if you watched this whole entire video all the way through, please comment. I don't really get a lot of comments. And the only success that I really believe there is when you get people to watch your videos all the way through. So anyways, this was another gym tour with Muscle Phonktion. Bowie's up next. Thank you.